Lily had heard the stories about the Whispering Woods since she was a child. The dense forest just outside her small town was said to be cursed, a place where people vanished without a trace. Locals whispered about strange voices calling from the trees, luring the curious deeper into the darkness, never to be seen again. But Lily never believed in such tales. They were just stories meant to scare children. One crisp autumn evening, feeling adventurous and eager to prove the rumors wrong, Lily decided to explore the woods. The sun was setting, casting long shadows across the forest floor as she entered. The trees loomed overhead, their branches twisting together like gnarled fingers. The deeper she went, the quieter the world became, as if the woods were swallowing up all sound. Lily walked for what felt like hours, her confidence fading as the light dimmed. The air grew colder, and an eerie silence settled over the forest. She paused, suddenly aware of how far she had gone, and realized she had no idea how to get back. Then she heard it, a faint whisper carried on the wind. At first it was just a soft murmur, indistinct and distant. But as she strained to listen, the whispers grew louder, closer, and she could make out her name being called. Lily. Her heart skipped a beat. The voice was familiar, yet distorted, like someone she knew was speaking from the bottom of a deep well. She turned, scanning the darkening woods, but saw no one. Lily, come closer. Against her better judgment, Lily followed the voice, her footsteps crunching on the fallen leaves. The whispers continued, growing more insistent, guiding her deeper into the forest. The trees seemed to close in around her, their twisted branches forming a tunnel that blocked out the last remnants of daylight. Soon the voice led her to a clearing, where the ground was covered in a thick carpet of moss. In the center stood an ancient, withered tree, its bark blackened and cracked as if scorched by fire. The whispers were louder now, emanating from the tree itself, beckoning her closer. Lily, we've been waiting. The voice was no longer alone. It was joined by others, a chorus of whispers that sent chills down her spine. She could feel them all around her, pressing in, filling her mind with a growing sense of dread. But she couldn't stop herself from moving forward. As she approached the tree, she noticed something strange. Carved into its bark were names, dozens of them, maybe more, etched deep into the wood. Some were old and faded, barely legible, while others looked freshly cut. Her eyes widened as she recognized some of the names, people from the town who had gone missing over the years. And then she saw it, her own name freshly carved into the bark. Panic surged through her, but before she could react, the ground beneath her began to shift. The moss writhed like a living thing, and from beneath it, skeletal hands emerged, clawing their way to the surface. They grasped at her ankles, pulling her down into the cold, damp earth. The whispers grew deafening, surrounding her, suffocating her as she struggled to break free. But the more she fought, the tighter the hands held her, dragging her down into the darkness below. As the forest closed in around her, Lily's screams were swallowed by the night, leaving the woods silent once more. The next morning, the townspeople noticed something strange. The ancient tree in the clearing had a new name carved into its bark, Lily.